What is going on, my PGA DFS and golf betting fans? Thanks for joining me on another one of my short form videos. This one is the player and course preview for the AT&T Byron Nelson, as the PGA Tour gets away from the Northeast for a couple of weeks and heads to the Heartland and goes to Texas for two of the next three. But in between, it's the PGA Championship played in Tulsa, Oklahoma this year at Southern Hills. So only about 4 hours by drive from this week's event here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And it certainly has helped the roster of golfers that are going to come here and play this week, as most of them are tuning up for next week. So let's jump right in and learn about a little bit about the golf course, TPC Craig Ranch, and the aforementioned stronger than normal field here a week before a major. As I just mentioned, it is TPC Craig Ranch for the second straight year, a par 72. It measures around 7,450 yards. The driving accuracy last year, pretty easy to hit the fairways, coming in at 72%. And with green sizes that are probably right around the tour's average, coming in at 6,800 square feet, we've got greens in regulation coming in at 73%. Both a little bit above the tour average, plus with the rough only getting up to maybe 2.5 inches, scores will be low. So let's go into that a little bit as we talk about the hardest holes. There are really 3 hard holes that get less than 2% of the PGA DFS scoring. Now, if you're interested on a hole-by-hole scoring, check out my first cut article, live, of course, on the Awesemo website. Of course, make sure you guys like and subscribe to our channel here. We've got new content coming out all the time, especially for majors like we've got coming up for next week. We're going to be coming out with new audio video content, so make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. Get notified when this content does come on the air. Also, thank you to Yahoo for the sponsorship here of this short-form video, which we will get to at the end of this video. I'll tell you about an Awesemo deal we've got going on with them. So let's go ahead and talk again about the hardest holes. Only 3 get below 2%. It's the long par 4 16th and 13th, as well as the long par 3 7th. Now, going on to the easiest holes, all the par 5s are reachable. All of them had eagles made on them last year. Plus, you got 2 short par 4s. Number 6 and number 14. Some golfers in the field might even be able to drive the green. Others certainly will be having very short wedges in. Now let's learn a little bit about the DFS side as we head in. As K.H. Lee, he was the winner here last year. He had one of the highest point totals of any event, coming in at -26 as the winning score at 147 DraftKings points. That is a ton. The average top 10 score, not one golfer in the top 10 scored below 100 points. The average was 119. So expect a high scoring week for the DFS side. The average salary, though, $7,900, below the average of what we're typically used to seeing. And the ownership, just 7%. Now, again, last year, first event held at this course. A lot of the top golfers don't like to go to a new course. We saw that with the Mexico Open a few weeks ago at Vedanta. Just didn't get a strong field there. But this year, we do have a strong field coming here to play this golf course, and they will be playing on a Bermuda green surfaces and rough, but Zoysia fairways. Shouldn't make that much of a difference. It's really all about the greens, but thought I'd bring that up. The top strokes gain statistic this week by far is strokes gain on the approach and strokes gain putting. Of the golfers that finished in the top 10 last year of this event, only one, Will Zalatoris, lost strokes putting on the week, and most gained well over a stroke. So you gotta be a good putter or get hot with the putter here. Also, strokes gained around the green. 4 of the golfers in the top 10 ended up losing strokes in that stat. So you can see it's just not important this week. Other weeks it certainly is. Last week at TPC Potomac, it certainly played a role. So this week, if you don't like playing golfers that are good around the green, you won't have to worry about that. Lastly, the top approach yardage. Well, believe it or not, the only categories that average more than the tour's average in terms of approach yardage is the 200 plus category. It's 200 to 225, 225 to 250, and 250 plus. The total of those 3 approach yardages average about 38% of the approach shots, plus 50 to 75 yards. Obviously, some of those longer holes, you're going to get some approach shots there. And those shorter par 4s when you're not reaching the green. So really that middle range, not real important. The 200 plus range, definitely important here this week. All right, now let's go into the player preview. There are 156 golfers teeing it up this week, a full field. 4 of the world's top 10 are here, though, to compete. Scotty Scheffler, Justin Thomas, Jordan Spieth, and Dustin Johnson. And 19 of the world's top 50. So really, for an event a week before a major, one of the largest fields of majors as well, it is a great field setup here to play TPC Craig Ranch this week. Top-ranked player I've already mentioned is Scotty Scheffler. All right, now let's go on to my clicks here, as you might want to stick around for this section, as last week, I only give 3 picks here. Last week, I covered the winner, Max Homa, at 40-1. In fact, if you jumped on him when I talked about it early on Monday when you saw this video, you might have got him upwards of 45 or even 50-1. So certainly take advantage of the early odds, and maybe we can take advantage of a little bit of a hot streak going on here. As the first click, I'm going to do a little different. Last year, we saw a lot of players come up that were low-priced, low odds, finish in the top 10. So what that says to me is maybe a little bit more variability in this event, given the low scoring. Even though with the stronger field, it makes the odds longer of some of the guys that I like. So let's start off with Aaron Wise. Now, he's not a great putter. However, he's starting to putt a lot better, or a lot more consistent, and he's been knocking on the door for quite some time. He has a win at this event, believe it or not at this venue, but at this event. And if we're sticking with the event theme, Max Homa just won his 2nd Wells Fargo Championship at different golf courses. I think Aaron Wise has got a chance to continue that little stretch, or that little trend, if you will. He's coming in at 50-1, roughly a similar price of Max Homa. He's coming in at $36 on Yahoo as well. Second guy I want to talk about is Matthew Wolff. We saw him come close last week at a course that many people, with where his game was, would say not the course for you. But he played well and stuck around. Had an okay Sunday, maybe backed up a little bit. Still, good to see him get onto the first page of the leaderboard again. Now he comes to a course where he probably won't lose a ball off the tee, because it's wide open and it's low scoring. One of the events that he won was that 3M Open, which ended up being a winning score of close to 20 under. So take a look at Matthew Wolff. He's coming in at 100-1 this week, and just $35 on Yahoo. All right, last guy I want to talk about here is Doc Redman. He had a top 10 here last year and has had a good stretch in this season, but maybe the form has tailed off the last couple of starts. Still, he had a good middle stretch of the season where he wasn't missing any cuts. Still not getting into the top 20, but I like this course for him in the odds, coming in at 170-1. Certainly when the each ways are posted, he will be one of my targets there. So, okay, that's going to do it for my first clicks. Wise, Wolff, and Redman this week. Now I can talk about Yahoo, the sponsor of this, for just a minute, and tell you guys about the Awesemo deal we've got going on with them. If you have not signed up for Yahoo yet, now is the time to do so. If you sign up, deposit, and enter your first paid contest, like say the Baller for starting on Thursday, $4K to first place this week on Yahoo, well, we've got the deal for you. Sign up, make a deposit, and enter your first contest, and you are going to get a free month of Awesemo Plus Platinum. That's right, a free month. That's going to cover next week's PGA Championship event. It's going to bring you up very close to the U.S. Open for the golf side. Plus, we've got ownership projections and player projections for almost every sport in the world right now going on for DFS. We've got tennis going on. We've got F1. We've got MLB. We've got NBA playoffs. The only sport we don't have projections for, because it's not going on, is the NFL. But what we do have is some great content going on. We've got some mock best ball drafts going on, and so much more. And obviously, as the next 2 months heat up, we will see more and more of that. So stay tuned in with us over here on the Awesemo YouTube channel. Of course, for all your sports betting need, check out the Odds Shopper channel as well. Ben and I, like I said, we have been on fire. Ben Raza does a lot of the stuff over there, so be sure to check that out. Of course, check out our live shows as well for the PGA DFS side. Tuesday afternoon, the DFS strategy show with Raza and Lundquist. And of course, me and Ben are going to take you home on the Live Before Lock Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. So until then, everybody, good luck this week at the AT&T Byron Nelson. Let's win some money and some tickets for the big contest starting next week at the PGA Championship. So until then, everybody, good luck, and we'll see you on the other side. Cheers.